No need for cables, no need for the handles on the back end. But I do have a surprise for you. Yes, you know me and my obsession with doing ramped workouts. So today with Ali, we're going to do a few exercise with an Apple box underneath the micro. So if you guys have an Apple box, you know, you can use it, and then we're going to put it underneath the micro on the back end for certain exercise. You'll see. This is great. This is about, what, 2 inches? That's about right? 2 inches? I hope so. 2 inches. This is going to elevate the micro about 2 inches off the ground, and you'll see we'll do like a reverse super crunch, a few exercises with this. I love it. When I do the micro, because I do get on the micro, I actually use the micro on the ramp. When I do the mega, I do the mega on the ramp. I'm not a big fan of the flat level. I just love the incline on those machines. So we're going to get started right now. I believe that the first exercise is going to be the chest opener number 2. We're going to start with 1 black spring. Christian, can we have a little higher volume? There you go. All right, so we started right now. First exercise, thank you for waiting. Chest opener number 2. You're going to sit on the front platform, feet on the ground. You can actually cross your legs if you want to, but you want to keep the back straight. You're going to put your hands right there on the platform and on the carriage, and then slowly open that chest by pulling your arms back. When you do this exercise, you're literally retracting your shoulders. That's what you're doing, okay? Squeezing the triceps, squeezing the real delts together. I actually like the chest opener, or the chest opener number 2, as a warm-up. Very good, because we're going to do a lot of work of the shoulders. We're not doing anything lifting the hands over the head, but there's a lot of movement from the shoulders. So actually, that's a great warm-up for your connective tissues on the shoulders. So stomach is in, and then what you can see right over here, I'm going to pull Ali's hair back, which is beautiful hair, but it's kind of covering. The purpose of the chest opener is really to open that chest, right? And squeezing the triceps. Perfect. Holding that stomach in, staying in a full upright position. Ali has a black spring. Is okay? Okay. So black spring, or if you have the white spring, which is actually coming in a couple weeks, you guys can use the white spring. On the next one, you're going to keep your hands on the carriage, and now we're going to go into the exercise called the sexy angel. Sexy angel, now you're going to balance your body on its tailbone. You're going to extend both legs up. I love how Ali is able to do it. You know, a few people can do that. Ali, Heather, they do a fantastic job at maintaining basically what we call a 90-degree angle in the hip joint. So legs are pointed, legs are straight, squeezing the quads, and now keeping the arms back. And when the sexy angel, it's like a sexy back, right? You're going to extend the arms, and that's kind of what you're doing. You're squeezing the triceps, still working the shoulders, still working the triceps, and still working the abs. Beautiful. If you are not able to do this movement, very simple. You can bend the legs a little bit, so do a modification. So that would be, and you can bring your feet down a little bit. So that would be kind of a modification of the sexy angel if you cannot do it. Good. So keeping again for that exercise, you're going to keep your legs straight. Okay, the whole goal with this exercise is to actually keep that body alignment, right? Lagree is all about form, body alignment. Keeping the shoulders in a socket, and then slowly extend the arms back, but you're going to realize that you don't really have that much extension in the arms, but that's okay. These 2 first exercises that we're doing is actually for the third one. So when I teach my exercise, it's like a chess game, right? There's a strategy, there's a logic between the connection between each exercise. So these first 2 exercises lead to the next one, which is called the bear number 2. So for the bear number 2, we're going to still stay with the 1 black spring. You're going to place both hands on the floor in front of the micro. Put both feet on the carriage. Now your hands should not be touching the front platform. Your hands should be just like Ali, away from the front platform. You're going to drop your hips so that the hips, and you can drop your hips even more, so that the hips are perfectly aligned with the shoulders. Your back should be in a neutral but tabletop position. I should be able to put a bottle of water over here, and that bottle of water should be able to just stay there as Ali basically move her knees in, move the knees out. This is a great core exercise, and then you can do this one with actually 1 black, 1 white, or no springs at all. The least amount of tension that you have on this movement, the more difficult it becomes. Obviously, if you do it on the back end, it'll be even more difficult. So when we do the bear, you want to keep your shoulders in their sockets, keep the back straight, hips level the shoulders, arms are slightly bent so that the triceps do the work, and you're going to slowly bring your knees in and slowly push your knees out. When I mean slowly, I mean I use a 4 count. 4 counts to come in, 4 counts to come out. So in 1, in 2, in 3, in 4, and out 1, out 2, out 3, out 4. Beautiful. In 10 seconds, we're going to go to the next exercise, which is the plank to pike. Now go ahead and straighten the legs, stay in that position, and now slowly raise your tailbone up to the ceiling. Now if you look at Ali, she's pulling from the tailbone, so her tailbone goes straight up to the ceiling. She's not lifting her lower body over the upper body. I don't want that. Shoulder stays right above the hands, elbows are slightly bent, and then she's literally pulling the tailbone. It's like a cable is attaching to a tailbone, and it's pulling it straight up to the ceiling. Beautiful. And I can hear the heavy breathing already. I fucking love it. Good. How you feel? Woo. Okay, ask her later. All right, perfect. But look at that form, beautiful form. You can see that her shoulders are barely moving, and she's really pulling from the tailbone. That means that the transverse abdominis is actually engaged in that exercise. Good. So slowly up for 4 count, slowly down for 4 count. And again, when you guys doing it at home, I'm not asking you to do it like Ali, where she really lifts, she really pikes all the way up, but Ali's a dancer. Most of us can only pike half the height, and that's fine. What I'm looking for is the initiation of the movement. So it's the basic pull, okay? You do not have to go all the way up for this exercise. Perfect. Always make sure you keep the proper form of the shoulders. Ali, you have 8 seconds left, babe. 8 seconds left. You can do it. And look at those abs. Look at this right here. Look at all these fucking abs coming out. Huh? And we're like 4 minutes into the workout already. All right, bring the carriage in. Beautiful. Now, I'm going to bring the apple box. We're going to go into the reverse super crunch. So I'm going to put this beautiful box over here. You're welcome. You're going to sit on the carriage. Oh, no, babe. You're going to turn around. Oh, yeah. You're sitting on that carriage, and you're going to put both feet underneath the strap over here, if you can. There you go. The strap is a little tight. Let's see if we can make that a little less tight. Or maybe not. That's okay. All right. Darwin, we're going to have to loosen up the straps for the next one. All right, feet together, knees together. There you go. Now still working on the black spring. And now we're slowly moving the carriage back and forth, pulling from the legs and pulling from the torso. So we continue to work those abs. I know usually I'd be already on the legs, but today I'm taking a little scenic route to get to the legs. Okay, so we do a lot more abs and obliques. So shoulders in the sockets, feet together, knees together, keeping the tailbone tucked under, and then slowly moving the carriage back and moving the carriage forward. Good. Ali, do you feel the difference when it's slightly lifted like this? Yes. Yes, guys. It doesn't, I don't have to do this, right? I could have the whole platform going like this, right? But we're not. We're not. Just a couple inches, guys. A couple inches makes all the difference. Oh, yes. There you go. We're going to have to loosen that strap a little bit, yeah, because her feet are barely grabbing on. Good. Perfect. But that's what I'm talking about. These angles on the micro, on the mega, on the upcoming mini, fantastic. All right, on the next one, bring the opposite elbow to the opposite knee. Good. Look at this, beautiful. Look at those obliques, how they engage. Nice, excellent. I'm actually going to grab my body cam on this. Now, for you guys on Instagram, you probably are not seeing it. All right, because you're too far, but you will see, look at those abs working on Ali. Beautiful. Look at that. Damn. It's like the female version of Rambo right there. Beautiful. Look at those obliques. Yes, very nice. And the key to this is really to do slow, controlled, continuous movement. Perfect. In 10 seconds, we're going to go to the next one, which is the side sweep right side. So go ahead, bring the carriage back to the front. And now we're going to remove the springs, and I'm going to remove the apple box. We'll use that later. And then we're going to do the right side. So yeah, you can put your elbow right on the carriage, feet on the floor. So when you do this exercise, you're going to have your left foot behind the right foot, Keep your right elbow on the carriage and then slowly move the carriage back and forth. Excellent. And that's called the side sweep. I'll use that again one more time. Perfect. All right, so right over here. There you go. That's it. So look at the feet position right here. Left foot is behind the right foot, totally aligned. The body is in a straight line, and you can see basically that the hips are aligned, the shoulders and the ankles, and she's basically moving the carriage with the obliques on the right side. Beautiful, Ali. Good. 20 more seconds. Nice. Good. Okay, that's a great angle, Darwin. Love that. Excellent. So I like this exercise because we don't do this kind of movement. I don't think any one of us every day kind of use the obliques in a capacity. So that's a fantastic exercise. In 10 seconds, we're going to go to the twister right side. Go ahead, bring the carriage back in. Woo! How are we doing? Sweaty. All right, I'm going to put the black swing back on. So now we'll do twister right side. So for the twister, yep, you're going to position both hands on the handles. Actually, you're not going to position your hands on the handles. You're going to anchor your hands on the handles, keeping the shoulders in a socket. Arms are straight, but the elbows are slightly bent so that the triceps absorb the impact. Again, we're going to have the same position for the feet. Left foot behind the right foot. Okay, very easy. Both feet are basically aligned. Left foot is behind the right foot. And again here, when Ali is doing this exercise, she's pulling from the tailbone. The tailbone is going straight up to the ceiling and then back down. She's not moving her legs over her upper body. A lot of people, when they do the French twist, the twister, or the catfish, they have a tendency of basically displacing their bodies, and that's not the exercise. You want to keep your upper body completely static, and basically that lower body goes straight up. And the reason we want to do this is to preserve the length, the openness between the ribs and the hips. Very nice. How are we doing over here? Good? Excellent. So by the way, doing the reverse side sweep and the twister, great combination for your waist. This really trims that waist, it strengthens your obliques, but more than that, it's a very healthy way to exercise. On the next one, we're going to go to the first lunge, the floor lunge, left leg. So go ahead, bring the carriage in, and now you're going to put your left foot on the floor by the handle and right foot on the carriage. So we're going to put the left foot over here, actually, right over here, floor lunge. Woo! There you go. So left foot on the floor, right foot on the carriage, and now we're going to slowly lunge down for the 4 count. Beautiful. Now, if you need some assistance, okay, we have the pole. Okay, I know they look like a toilet plunger. Totally get it, all right? This was not the idea, but I got to tell you, look what a toilet plunger does. It stays in position. So the pole is there if you want it, and if you don't want it, it's still there, okay? Very quick word about the lunge. So when you do the floor lunge, what I'm critical about, okay, form. Left knee over the ankle. The left knee does not travel back and forth. The left knee is not going to the grocery store, grab a bag of cigarettes, okay? The left knee stays right over that ankle. Right leg is straight. Hips and shoulders are stacked above each other. The torso is in a vertical alignment, not leaning forward. Never leaning forward. Leaning forward on a lunge is a modification. To get the best effect on the lunge is to keep your body in a straight, in a vertical alignment. Why? Because first of all, it's better for your spine. And second of all, by keeping your torso in a straight position, you're going to target the glutes, hamstring, and abs. A lot more than when you lean forward. Now hold it right there, the 90-degree angle, and go into the carriage kick. So slowly bring the carriage in, and slowly move the carriage out. Perfect. So this is my favorite lunge right there. So it's not the up and down. My favorite lunge is the isometric lunge. Why? Because it is in the isometric hold that you really burn out the muscle fibers. First of all, you're not using any explosive movement, so you're not going to thicken the muscle fibers. We are going to strengthen, tighten, and tone, okay? When you hold that movement for a minute, you are compressing those muscle fibers together. You are shrinking the size of the muscles. You're shrinking the size of your thighs, okay? So if you want to get toner, if you want to get tighter, you don't have access to this machine at home, you can do isometric hold where you have like a ball, big ball behind the back, and then just hold it like this for a minute or two. That will burn the shit out of your thighs, and it will get you stronger, tighter, and toner, guarantee. Bring the carriage in. Now next one, we're gonna go into the standing inner thighs facing me. So left foot on the platform, right foot on the carriage. There you go. Now notice that Ali is working with her shoes, okay? Yes, you can work on your shoes on the micro. You can work on socks, using socks, bare feet if you want to, or using shoes. I use it all, okay? I do it all. Sometimes bare feet, sometimes socks, sometimes I only have one sock on, and it still works. All right, so look at you, you're sweating. Are you okay? All right, because you're sweating a lot. Okay, all right. So when you do this exercise, shoulders back, hands on the hips, okay? Feet on the platform and the carriage. And what you're not seeing that Ali is doing, Ali is pulling equally from both sides. She's not pulling from the right leg on the carriage. A lot of people do this, and that's a mistake. No, 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 no. Left foot, right foot are pulling equally. When you do the standing on the thighs on the micro or on the mega or on the mini, pretend that both the carriage and the platform move away from each other and toward each other. Pretend that the platform is also moving. Hit for another machine, right? So move the carriage out slowly for 4 count, and then slowly in for 4 count. Now Ali is very flexible. She can reach out all the way to the end of the platform, okay? But I want you to maintain control. So if you can push the carriage all the way up, but you can't return it, I'm not interested in that. I want you to always be able to maintain control over the exercise. All right, in 10 seconds, we're gonna go to the next one, which is the elevator lunge right leg in 5, 4, 3, 2, beautiful. So right foot on the floor, right foot over here. So floor lunge, right foot on the floor, left foot on the middle of the carriage. And by the way, you know, for the pole, I've been doing this for 23 years. I still use the pole when I do the exercise. And the reason why I use the pole is to keep my body alignment, because it is the most important thing. When you do a lunge over here on the micro against the black spring, the spring is actually helping a portion of your body up as you come up. And as you go down, it's assisting you. So that support allows you to keep perfect body alignment when you do the exercise. I am not a fan of the lunge and the squats on the floor. When I was bodybuilding, I never did this exercise because I just didn't like having so much weight relying on the joints, and the joints kind of doing whatever it fucking wants. I know a lot of bodybuilders out there, a lot of guys, you know, tape their joints, and I think it's absolutely wrong. You're only feeding the beast. If you want to do a healthy lunge and a healthy squat, do it on the machine like the micro or the mega, where you have the assistance of the springs to keep the right body alignment so that you don't fuck your knees 20 years from now. On the next one, we're gonna hold it halfway down. You're gonna keep the right leg bent, and we're gonna go into the carriage kicks. So keep the right leg bent, slowly move the left knee back and forth. Good, perfect. And again here, what you wanna do, you wanna keep that right knee right above the right ankle. Very important. Body alignment, body alignment, body alignment. Just like real estate, location, location, location. Form, form, form when you do Lagree, always. Form prevails everything, okay? Right knee above the right ankle, hips and shoulders square, holding that stomach in. Try to maintain the upper body in a full vertical alignment. Left knee goes out and in for 4 counts. So in 1, in 2, in 3, in 4, out. 1, out. 2, out. 3, out. 4. And why do we have this long count? Is to get rid of the momentum in the class. Beautiful. On the next one, we're going to return to the obliques. Yes, I'm breaking up the legs movement with the obliques today. Next one is going to be the French twist or the twister, left side. Okay, so feet on the carriage. You're going to have your right foot in the back, left foot on the front. So I'm going to grab my body cam so again you can see what I'm talking about. Look at Ali's body positioning. So this is her right foot. This is her left foot. Both feet are aligned. And then when you look at her shoulders and the neck over here, I'm going to put it to the side. You can see that it's nice and open. The space in the neck is nice and open. Shoulders remain in the sockets. This is nice open space in the shoulder blades area. And again, she's pulling directly from the tailbone. Beautiful. You can see the triceps engage over here because the triceps absorb the impact not the elbows, not the wrist, not the shoulders. Good. Perfect. Look at that. Gorgeous. By the way, I want to thank Darwin and Christian for the fantastic lighting here at the studio. Love it. Lighting is everything, right? Especially if you're in Hollywood. You know it, guys. All of you girls, if you're carrying like your lights with your iPhone now, like it's like you're turning every single restaurant into a professional studio, okay? Well, we got our professional studio. However, today we're having some issues with the Wi-Fi. So for you guys watching this on Instagram, I'm sorry, we may have lost connection already. That's the way it is. All right, on the next one, we're gonna go back to the side sweep, left side. So bring the carriage in. We're gonna remove the springs. Good, and then go ahead. So for the side sweep, you could do a white spring, but do not use a black spring. The black spring is simply too much tension. So now we have Ali. She is back on the floor. Right foot is behind the left foot, so the foot positioning is the same as if we did a twister or French twist, okay? So the top leg goes in the back, the bottom leg goes in the front. Then the left elbow is on the carriage, and now we're moving the carriage back and forth. And it is a little struggle the first few times you do this because your body is just not used to how do you actually move that carriage back and forth by using the obliques on this one. It's actually very challenging, but the body loves that because it's a new way of moving, and it's actually an incredible way to use the obliques. Your obliques are basically huge stabilizers, use trunk stabilizers. So every single time you do a planking, a side plank like this, your obliques love it. They're born to do this. They want to do a good job for you. And again, you know, most of our muscle fibers in the bodies in the trunk area, in the abdomen area, are slow twitch. So doing a long duration, really time and attention, really have at least a minute exercise, a minute set, you know, very, very effective. All right, on the next one, we're gonna go into the hammerhead. So the hammerhead is basically the side sweep, and now you have both elbows on the carriage, feet on the ground, yes. And then so here you have, I'm gonna grab the body cam again. So here you have a couple options for your feet. If you wanna make this more challenging, you can put your feet together, or you can put your feet apart, right? So feet apart is gonna be easier, and then go ahead and bring your feet together. And when you move your feet together, that's gonna be more challenging. It's like when you do a one-arm push-up. I know all of you do one-arm push-ups all the time. A true one-arm push-up is done with both feet together. When I see guys putting both feet apart, it's a little cheating, but that's okay because I can't do one-arm push-up anyway, so. All right, and you can see my little animation there with the hammerhead. I'm very proud of this animation, actually, since I love animals, especially sharks. All right, so for this exercise, basically what you're doing, you're like a needle. You move to the right, you move to the left, but basically your feet are always in the same position. And here, again, you have to use your obliques to drive the movement, but also to stabilize the movement. Unbelievable. These are the best oblique exercise. That's the reason why I made the micro solo to the ground, because for years I wanted to do a new exercise for the mega and I couldn't because the mega is just so high off the ground. You cannot do this exercise on the mega. So for you at home who have both, use them differently. Do what's best with the micro and what's best with the mega. All right, in 10 seconds, we're gonna go back to the wheelbarrow. So knees on the carriage, you can put one wide spring, yeah. Yeah, so Ali has an advantage because those machines have the white spring already. So having the white spring instead of the black spring is going to make the exercise more challenging because you have what? Less support. You guys are so good. I love when you listen to me. Great. Keep your hips aligned with the knees and the shoulders. Keep the shoulders in the sockets. You're going to keep your arms straight, but the elbows are slightly bent. And you're going to move the carriage out slowly for 4 counts. And move the carriage in slowly for 4 count. And you always, 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 when you do the wheelbarrow, you want to keep a straight line from shoulders, from hips, and knees. Perfect. Good. Slowly back, slowly in. Beautiful. Excellent. Feet, you can have your feet up, feet down. She's having her feet down. When I do the wheelbarrow, I keep my feet down too. Some people like to have the feet up. Some people actually put a ball, soccer ball right between their legs, and they lift their legs up. So what they do now is when they have the ball between the feet, they are integrating the inner thighs and the hamstring in the movement, which I like. It's just hard to kind of just put the ball and get on your knees and hands, so I don't teach that. But you can certainly do it at home if you are if you used to be in a circus. All right, so 10 more seconds, and then we're going to go into the catfish in 5, 4, 3, 2. Put your feet on the carriage, hands on the handles. Nice. And in case you're wondering, we have about 90 minutes left in the workout. So when you do this exercise, both feet on the carriage, you're going to keep the tip of your toes on the carriage. Just like for the bear, we want to keep the hips aligned with the shoulders so that basically our spine, our torso is in a tabletop position, which I mean it's level to the ground, right? It's level with the ground. Shoulders are in the sockets, and then slowly move the knees in and move the knees out. Good. Oh, we lost it. There you go. And go to the catfish now. Scroll all the way down, halfway down, go deeper. Yeah. Sorry guys, we lost, keep going. There you go, I see the catfish right there. And now go to elevated lunge right. Go to the next one. Elevated lunge right. Up, you had it. Yep, go down, one more. Keep going. And then, there you go, perfect, click on that. All right, in 5 seconds, we're gonna go into the elevator lunge, right leg in 5, 4, 3, 2. Right foot on the platform, left foot on the carriage. Yeah, sorry everyone, we had a little Wi-Fi mishap. Okay, now, excellent. And then can you mute the sound? Perfect. Oh, we lost it again. Oh, you're good. Perfect. And then, can you mute it off? Oh, no. Oh, you got the sound off? Okay, perfect. So when you do the elevator lunge, sorry guys, you're going to put the right knee right above the right ankle. The left leg stays straight. Hips and shoulders are square. Torso, again, is in an upright position, not leaning forward. Upright position. We want to keep all the weight on the back of the right leg. So what are working? Glutes, hamstring, essentially on the right side. Left leg stays straight, connects you to the carriage, shoulders back, and essentially you're reaching up from the top of your head and you're reaching up the left leg, kind of a nice flow, of the body. In 10 seconds, we're going to hold it halfway down at that golden angle position, and we're going to go into the carriage kicks. 5, 4, 3, 2. Go ahead. Now bend the right leg, hold it right there, and now move the left knee back and forth. Oh, yes. Nice. Now, when you do the carriage kicks, again, whether you have your right foot on the floor or on the platform, it is a core exercise. You have to use your abs, right? Right, Ali? When you use your abs, it's going to make it easier. Yes, it's actually, when you engage your abs, it's actually make it easier for you to hold and stabilize that movement. Perfect. Very nice. You got 25 seconds left. Good. Very nice. Perfect. I got to tell you that I love working with Ali and Heather because both of them are so good with the quality of the movement. It matters. Ali is a professional dancer, so for her, she's got to be very detailed and specific how she moves. But I really appreciate when people do this because it makes my job a lot easier. Stay right there, baby. Keep the right leg bent. Bring the left knee underneath it. Stay right there and then pulse. There you go. Oh, and now she's shaking a little bit. Oh, it is burning. It's burning, all right? Yes, I tried to do a 3 fucking minute lunge, guys. It's burning. Even if you're a bodybuilder, if you're like a soccer player, 3-minute lunge done slowly, you're gonna cramp, okay? All right, perfect. You got 15 seconds left. Ali, come on, there you go. After that, we're gonna go back to the standing inner thighs, right foot on the platform, left foot on the carriage, because we haven't done that one yet. Come on, you got 7 seconds left. Focus on the breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, perfect. Come up, perfect. Facing the camera, and now standing on the thighs. So right foot on the platform, left foot on the carriage, hands on the hips. Yes. And then slowly out, slowly in. Oh my God. Look at that. Sweating. Amazing. So when you guys take my classes, you're going to benefit from the 3 S's. What are those? Shakes, sweat, and soreness. That is the Lagree signature class. If you're not shaking, it's not working. And look at that sweat right over here. You can't make that stuff. Look at that. See, I call this the golden juice right there. Oh, look at that. Look, right here. Look at this. Look at that. Huh? And the hair. Love it. Perfect. You're welcome. Yes. Look at that sweat dripping off Ali's body. Love it. Good. Slowly out, slowly in. Did that sound disgusting? I'm sorry, guys. Good. Shoulders back, slowly out, and then slowly in. Good. Again, when you do this exercise, you're going to tuck your tailbone under just a little bit. Work those inner thighs, squeeze the glutes, and hold your lower abdomen in, okay? So remember, you're not just focusing here on the inner thighs. You are working your entire body through the inner thighs, okay? You're pulling the platform and the carriage together. And when you pull both together, you have this sense of just like lengthening, going up, reaching out, right? Reaching out. Think about the Eiffel Tower, right? Just peaking at the top. You have to keep this energy flowing in your body. You don't want the energy to get stuck anywhere. All right, on the next one, we're gonna go into the elevator lunge. Left leg, left foot on the platform, right foot on the carriage. Use that pole, is there for you. Make sure that your foot on the carriage is right in the middle of the carriage. You're gonna keep the left leg bent. Keep that left knee right above the left ankle. Hold the right leg straight. Hips and shoulders square, shoulders in the sockets. And then slowly descend down for 4 count and ascend up for 4 count. When you come up, I want you to use your abs to help you to lift yourself up. So it's a very similar feeling as we did for the standing on the thighs. You pull yourself up, all right? Good. When you lunge down, and I'm sorry, I'm only going to talk about it right now, but I should have talked with the first lunge. When we do this exercise, we want to make sure that we lunge down to a 90-degree angle. So if you guys are watching this on YouTube or on lagreehome.com, you will see the little avatar, the little animation. And on that animation, you'll see like a white and a green line intersecting each other, and that's to mark that 90-degree angle. Sorry, a blue and a green light. All right, on the next one, we're gonna hold it at the 90-degree angle. And why is the 90 angle? I can't even talk. Why is the 90-degree angle so critical? That's the angle where you optimize the integration of the quadricep muscle with the hamstrings, with the glutes, with the inner thighs and the outer thigh. Basically, this is the optimum angle for your thighs. It's also the hardest angle, but that's when you get all the juice of the lunge. If you can hold this for 1 minute, you are now getting into the cardiorespiratory realm. You get both aerobic and anaerobic on the muscles of that left leg. I'm telling you, these kind of sequences that we do on the micro and the mega are very unique, and they're so healthy, so beneficial. This is where you see so many of our students have phenomenal bodies from doing this exercise. The exercise itself is actually very simple. I mean, it's really, not very complicated if you ask me. On the next one, you're gonna hold it both. We're gonna keep both legs bent. Bring the right knee underneath the right hip, and now a little pulse right there. So the pulse is a contradiction to Lagree, because Lagree is supposed to be done all slowly and with control. But sometimes I like to kind of burn out that little fast twitch motherfucker. So there you go, right there. This is what we're doing with the pulse. Little burn right there, just burning that fast twitch. Kind of give that fast twitch a run for its money a little bit. Good. Kind of exhausting. Oh, Ali, you cannot stop. You're a dancer. You dance 12 fucking hours a day, every day. No problem for you. You can do it without falling, please. There you go. You can do it. That's it. 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds. Keep both legs bent. You can do it. If you need to reach out to the pole, you can. You have 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, and now we're going to go into skating. For the skating, we're going to add a red spring. I'll keep the white spring on. And then we're going to do left foot on the platform facing the spine. Right foot on the carriage. And since you have your shoes, don't worry about the straps. Yeah, you can put your right foot more in the middle of the carriage if you want to. There you go. The straps are there really if you have basically no shoes. But if you have shoes, you're going to have a lot more traction, and then therefore you don't really need to strap that much. Now, to go to the skating, do what Ali is doing. Maintain that low profile. You don't want all the body weight to be on the left leg. You want your weight to be equally distributed among the left and the right side. So essentially, you should feel both sides. Now, if some of you have seen me on Facebook last week, I started to promote the Mini and the Mini Pro. And on the Mini Pro, if you've seen it, the platform can be lifted 15 degrees on the front, and there's also a flip-up platform on the carriage. Now, you can do many exercise with the two angle platform, but the reason I did this is for what? This exercise. Exactly, yes. When you imagine that you have both platform at a V angle, it gives you an incredible amount of support on your ankle, on your knees, and on your hips, and you can really get what? That peach that you want. You're welcome. I always think about you guys when I invent stuff, I swear. Keep both legs bent, hold it right there, and then try to keep both feet flat on the carriage. There you go. And now pulse up and down. There you go, good. That's it, excellent. Perfect. You can bring the carriage in a little bit more if you want to. There you go. Try to get both feet flat though. There you go. That's it. Nice. Excellent. And you can see it over here. So this is exactly why I created this platform on the Mini and the Mini Pro, because it's something I notice a lot when people do this type of exercise. Look at the torque on a foot. You see how that is? So if this platform over here was up, she would basically get the full support on the ankle. And that's why I'm very excited to introduce that feature on the Mini Pro. Sorry guys, I didn't think about it for the Micro, and the Micro is also too small to have all this cool stuff. Good. All right, 4 seconds, and then we're gonna go into the runner's lunge, right leg. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right foot on the platform, left foot on the carriage. And if you want to, you can put your right foot on the floor if this is too much tension. I'll move that for you. So for you at home, if you feel this is too much tension, you can always put your right foot on the floor, and that will lessen the effect of the red spring. Good. Also, by having the right foot on the floor, it gets you a little closer to the handles, and you can actually grab the handles and push on the handles. Very nice. Excellent. Very good. Yeah, so very excited about those flip-up platform on the Mini and the Mini Pro. I don't think the Micro is going to get those because the Micro is just too small of a machine for that. Sorry, guys. All right, so keep the right knee right above the ankle, so we're pressing the carriage out. We got an extra 30 seconds here. And after that, we're going to do a pulse. We are almost done, Ali, okay? We have 6 minutes and 33 seconds left, so we're almost there. Very good. 18 seconds on this one, and then we're going to go into the carriage kicks. Good. How you feel, okay? Yes? Can't wait to go home, huh? I know. Move that knee forward a little bit more for me, though. There you go. That's it. Perfect. And then slowly push out. Good. All right, now hold both legs bent. Bring the left knee right underneath it, and pulse up and down. Oh. Are you dancing tomorrow? No? Okay. You might be sore tomorrow. Good. Excellent. Ali's just like, why do I volunteer to do these classes? Yes, she's thinking it twice now. Good. Bend the legs, that's it. But you're doing phenomenal. Your form is fantastic. Come on, 30 more seconds. You can do it. So when you get to a point like this, toward the end of the workout, you start to get really fatigued. Part of the fatigue is a lack of oxygen. So really focus on breathing more, focus more on breathing, try to increase your breathing, try to breathing deeper and really exhale fast and breathe quicker. And that is actually going to help you offset the fatigue, because most of the fatigue in an hour workout is due to a lack of oxygen. Well, actually, a 40-minute workout. Bring the carriage back in, and now we're going to go into skating. So we have 2 more exercises left, and then we're done. Skating facing the audience, and then we'll have the runner's lunge, and then that's it. So usually I do my leg exercise at the beginning of a routine, because this is where we get the most, we're still fresh, and this is where we're going to get the highest heart rate elevation. But today I kind of changed it up a little bit. Now, if you want to, when you start feeling that the feet are kind of torquing a little bit, the ankle, you can actually put your foot on the inside of the bar over here. If you put your foot on the inside, now you can actually stabilize that ankle. You can keep that ankle at an angle, and you can stabilize it. Does that feel better? Yeah. So this would be the same as if you had basically the platform, right? I'm going to show you what I just taught Ali. So one way to eliminate the torque on the ankle is by placing your foot not on the pad, but placing the foot right there on the bar. And then when you do this, you can angle your ankle a little bit. And essentially, this ring of fire acts like a platform, like an angular platform at an angle. Good. And then same thing over here on that foot. You can actually put the foot on the front of the carriage, and you can angle the foot a little bit, and that will reduce or almost eliminate the stress on the ankle. So that's something that I do. This is why I teach every day, not every day, every week, because I'm always noticing form. And this is why the machines have evolved so much in the last, in the last 15 years. Hold it halfway, and now go into the pulse. Keep both legs bent. There you go, perfect. When you study form, then you create machine for form. And that's what I do with all the machines. This way has evolved, the way the machines have evolved so much. It's not, I don't think about it myself. It's you guys. I look at you. Oh, look at that shaking. Oh my God. Love it. See? Oh, see, I don't even have to bring my body cam, guys. You can see directly, Ali is shaking. If I can make Ali shake, who dances hours, this is great. Look at that. Love it. Nice. Look at that sweat dripping off her body. Okay? Look at those thighs shaking. Oh. And you know what? You have to embrace the shake. You want the shake, okay? I love the shake. I want to shake. When I work out, I want to shake. I want the whole world to know I'm shaking. All right, bring the carriage back in. Last exercise, Ali. Yes, 2 minutes and 20 seconds. You're doing fantastic. Okay, runner's lunge. Now, I put runner's lunge with the foot on the platform, but here, we're going to put runner's lunge, foot on the floor, but we want the other foot, the left foot though. Perfect. And by the way, if you want less tension, Ali, what should you do? Yes, move your foot forward. I love it when they know the stuff too. There you go. Yes, so very simple. The reason why the micro is so close to the ground is because if this is too much tension, just move your foot further up on the floor. You have literally this entire floor here to work out. This entire space over here is part of the machine. The floor is an extension of the machine. Use the floor. You're not confined to that fucking platform. Put your foot on the ground. You're 7 feet tall, you use the micro, you're gonna have to put your feet on the ground, brother. Good. Keep the left knee above the ankle, right foot on the carriage, hips and shoulders square, and then slowly press the carriage out. I love this movement. I mean, there's not one movement here that you see in this class today that is not only great for the body, I mean, it's not only gonna make you look great, but it's also great for your body, for its functionality, for your connective tissues, for your spine. We've worked everything, shoulders, inner thighs, abs, obliques. You guys never work on your obliques, so this does, okay? Lower back, lots of exercise working the erector spinae, really good. All right, this is the last one. Bend both legs, and now go into the pulse. Good. Come on, this is the last one. You cannot quit. I'm gonna do the countdown with you. 40 seconds left. Come on, you can do this. Nice. There you go. Up and down. Beautiful. Don't stop. Just breathe, Ali. Just think about the breathing. Just focus on the breathing. That's all you can do. And up. Up. Come on. Up. You can do it. Up. Perfect. Up. Breathe. Up. Breathe. Up. Breathe. Come on. Up. Breathe. No. 20 more seconds. You can do it. That's it. 18 more seconds. Come on. You got, come on. 15, 16, 14, 13. Come on. 12. That's it. Come on, you got it, babe. 10, 9. Come on, the last. Come on, together, guys. Count with me for Ali. Come on. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, good job. Woo! You're welcome. See? You're welcome too, guys. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining Ali and I. Ali, you did so good. Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you.